Oh, will you look at that? 12 tally marks all written up on that board for the 12 shots we just fired. Hey guys, it's me, Nether End Defender, back here again on episode 3 of my Time Campers playthrough. Now, if you'll remember last time, we had to burn down a saloon, as well as pick up items for fixing our time engine, and also avoiding a tornado to get some more gear so that we can also do more fixing to our time engine. And we've also expanded out the mines further. Hopefully by the end of today we should be able to figure out what it is behind those boulders that's waiting for us.
Splendid work bringing the Horologia. Unfortunately, we are going to need a lot of grease to get it running smoothly again. Yesterday's storm left the gears full of sand and dirt. Some good old fat and large should do the trick. Head into town and get a hold as much as you can. The locals should have plenty of it. P.S. Don't worry about fixing the time cube. Everything is running smoothly on my end.
Without further ado, let's get to doing it. Greasing the gears. Yep. Gunpowder alarm boxes. The good news is that there doesn't seem to be any in the mines this time. The route seems pretty obvious given we only have 2 secondary targets and 6 primary targets, so there's that. And they're also, looks like they're trying to rebuild the saloon that I just burned down, even though I know it was way more damaged than that, but I digress. Anyways, just wanted to take a look at the damage to see, because, yeah, some pretty interesting voodoo we've got there. Now, we've got our dental room up there, in which we could... I know there's a window from here to there that we can use if we're going to do that. See about breaking it, which we can do without risking setting off the alarm. I wanted to go in here anyways, because I know about one of the souvenirs I spotted whilst I was looking around, so... Yep. Yep, there's a chest we picked up, and if you look over here, yeah, we can make that connection pretty easily. We're just gonna have to put in the legwork needed to do so. Oh, it's like that box wasn't big enough. Or it is. So that's all the way down there, whilst that's all the way up there. Alright, so how far would this go down? Let's quick save. Let's focus on getting to this next target right here. So it would probably be best for us if we could just run over. We probably need to save the horse for later expedition. Or we could just cut our way up there. We could just do a plank up there. So spray paint our way down. I mean, we could also use horse punch if things ever get that bad. But let's save the horse punch for when we have to run across buildings like here. We'll give ourselves a little spray paint indicator for when to use that horse juice. Alright, so we've gotten that. Let's quick save. We can, after that, just run our way up here and then park our horse right about... Yep, and then we're going to need to go up through here. Although, what is this exactly? I don't know, but whatever. There's a bedroom there, and look at that. A gold-plated shaving razor. Yep, totally a subtle, another souvenir grab that I just did there. But anyways, let's move on up here. And this is where we need to take our horse. Strange we can't move this furniture. And then we could, again, theoretically speaking, make our gateway across these 2 buildings. And then, after having activated the blue tide... Oh, let's actually get ourselves a little help from a fire. Alright, let's get this perfectly good book out of the way, because I'm a connoisseur for literature, speaking there. Alright, so we've gotten that, we've gotten taken care of. Let's do, like we did BT, let's do HP. And then we can just make our way across this. Alright, and now I'm just doing that, so I'm not too worried about blocking the stairs, given that after all, we've already functioned ourselves another way up to this specific point. Should be a decent distance. Okay, we could just do it like that. Alright, so we can just do it like that. Let's do a little arrow. Before we do move on from this area, though, I want to take one last look at this area, because we haven't checked it for valuables exactly. So yeah, let's go into here, and then look at that. What a fancy cowboy hat. A gold-trimmed hat. Beautiful. So going on out to here, this is gonna where our next target is gonna need to be. So in order to get to that point, we're most likely gonna need another horse, which we've got one here, and another stable can give us something to work with. Oh, we don't even need those two. We could just take that one that's already laid out for us right there. This is where we're gonna need to land. Now we've gotten that debris out of the way, and a comfy straw hat. A departure from the cowboy hats we would normally see. And then after that, we can move across all the way there. And look at that! There's even a ladder in which we can also use as a ramp. That'll save us a bit of plank, especially after my, let's say, liberal use of plank the last time I did one of these missions. That actually has a pretty long cord, which is relatively welcome, let's say. Spray painting up here, grab this target, but then what? The last two we're going to need to get are going to be at the bank, and it doesn't look like we can use a horse to traverse, so this is going to be at here, in which we're going to need to activate our second horse punch. Let's just demolish the deck. Definitely have a bit of steepness to it. Okay, so we're going to need to place something else down there for us to be able to reach across. And thus we'll have an easier shot of traversing across. Okay. We've got it. Okay, we've gotten that we could use, which saved us a little bit of plank here again, and after that we've gotten this target in which we need to grab. And this mop right here, so we've gotten that. Now our last stop is going to be at this general store right here. Oh, there's a sloped roof, so that's not going to be the best news exactly, so okay. So we've gotten that strapped down. Quick save it right here, and then see if we can make... No, we couldn't have made that jump, but I'm going to see if we can do something else here. And we can't reach it. Oh! Actually, we could reach it. That's neat. This is going to be our last target here, is to pick up that one last grease barrel and then make our getaways, which we're going to need a third horse for, it looks like. So I think our best way to do that would be to just tear down this door without taking out the alarm. There's that in which we can just fashion another ramp for, in which we can just dramatically jump out here, land here, and it's going to be where we need to position our next horse to ride like the wind over here and make our getaway. Ride like the wind, Daisy! I'm going to call him Daisy now, just because I think it fits him or her better. Right here should be good. Alright, without further ado, one last quick save. Let's get this wagon train moving. I think I could have moved faster with my horse punch, but regardless, we got all the targets we needed, and we made some pretty good time nonetheless. Let's move on from that. Grease up the gears. Okay, so... Oh, we just have to click a button and then lubricate. Oh, well, that's, not the greatest, but I'll take it. New message received as well, so... And we've got a new tool as well. Pure TNT in a glass tube. Much more powerful than the regular dynamite, so... Looks like this is going to be the equivalent to nitroglycerin. Okay. Niels Andre, beneficial deal.
Great. With the grease greased up, we have everything to fix the time camper in your vicinity except for one specifically calibrated throttle. Fortunately for us, the Charles Cyril alarms are plummeting, and he happens to own the very unique piece that we need. I've convinced him to give it to us on the condition we help him to deploy a sales tactic he calls the motivational reminder. It basically entails getting rid of the alarm's gunpowder supplies in Mineral Ravine so that folks will buy his insurance policies. If you do that, he will give us the calibrated throttle we need to get you back to the future. Or as you call it, present day.
The motivational reminder kind of sounds like that Hollow Rock mission I did for that one insurance agent that one time ago. And looks like we just did some fishing here, as well as getting that watchtower fully constructed. There's our weather rock that we got back. It's sunny today, so... And let's take a look into here as well. So we've got our dream catcher, also our gold trim cowboy hat, as well as our gold-plated razor, and right here, we put it right there. Some sort of ore is stored in there, so I don't know whether it's that gold-looking stuff we found in the first episode, but whatever. Let's do the motivational reminder and destroy the gunpowder supplies to demonstrate the true value of proper insurance. So there's that we've got going for us. Another destruction mission, so looks like we're gonna need to blow this up. And there's some area. Oh, the train's finally there, so that's real neat to see. Let's see if we can shoot them down from afar before we do anything else, because that could actually save us a lot of time in the long run. And the scaffolding here looks more sturdy. It definitely is more sturdy than modern day stuff, which, for whatever reason. So we could theoretically just tear down this entire house and then shoot it down. Now, we've got TNT for this exact purpose, in which it can be a much more ranged mission in which we just have to move from target to target and use our shotgun or our revolver, which has some more shots in it left. Or a rifle, actually, which is built for these kinds of long-range shooting areas. There's that up there, and then another one within that house, which is also in a bit of disrepair due to the tornado that we just had a whole mission about. So, oh, it's brick. Much more sturdy than that. So let's quick save, because I think we could use some TNT to blow up the side of the house, given we're careful about it. We could just place this up so that it's pretty clearing up there. Alright, so we've got these two explosions out in the open, and let's see how fast the train is, because if the train's fast, we could use it as transport, or not. You're playing around with the idea of trains, yet you wouldn't let us drive it? That's just lame. But before we worry about that, let's worry about getting this explosive out into the open. Yep, there's a ladder that's pretty rooted down in there. Let's do this. Now we've got both of them out into the open, so we can, from this one angle, we can start here and shoot all three of them down with our rifle. We've got 12 bullets and a grand total of 10 targets. Ooh, well, that's certainly going to be something, but we've got 3 more over in this area we can work with. Can we move the train in any way? No, we can't. No, it's rooted in, which... Oh, come on. Like... Okay, so we've gotten the grate taken off. Unless we were able to do a rifle in which we're able to shoot all of them down from afar. Although, it would beg how would we be able to get this a-moving, though, given how it's obscured by the rock, unless... If we were to stand on this rock, shoot it from there, let's actually save ourselves a bit of time and use some more TNT. We're just gonna cut out. Alright, now that we've gotten that taken care of, we're just gonna need to do everything down here. We're just gonna need to take out this bridge in order to go over here. Yep, so we can shoot that from here and this from here, from that spot. Oh, let's do a quick save, just in case we accidentally tip the alarm. Oh, there's that. Now let's just blow up that locomotive that we can't drive for whatever reason. Let's get our revenge on it. If you can't drive it, blow it up with some TNT and dynamite bundles. Oh, it's so heavy we can't even lift any of it up. Like, ooh, that is one heavy locomotive then. We might not be able to shoot it from there unless we jump, but we can definitely shoot it from here. What's really great about my plan that I've set up is that it looks like I'm going to be able to do this all whilst keeping to one side of the ravine at all times. So if we just run across here, and then there's that back building there in which we're going to need to utilize, as well as this one. So we're just to make our way across. Oh, it's 5 meters below us. Well, that's not going to be very convenient. Unless the cord's long enough for us to be able to hoist it up. That would be the only way I think that would be possible. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we are going to be able to shoot that down after all with our rifle. So that's real neat. We're just going to need to make sure it's well lit up. So we're going to need to put a pretty big target around it. And then we could probably even use this light here to better illuminate it so that it sticks out like a sore thumb, as it should. Okay, so there's that we can shoot down with our rifle, and I've even put a light over it so we know exactly where to aim it, and some reflective spray paint. And now we've got that little house down the alley. Alright, right here is where our next one should be, in which we've got a very classy top hat. And then it's actually going to be much easier, this target, because we can just do it like this so that we can... just shoot it down with our rifle, and then we've got our last two objects right over there. Alright, so in this one we've got another explosive. And yet another explosives. See if we can throw some dynamite behind here to blow this up. Out of the way. We can just get some TNT over there. And now we can, for our last one, which is right behind here. Once we make it over to here, we should be able to shoot both of them down from right about here. And then we're just going to need to make our getaway right here. And yes, I am aware about the crypts that we've got going for us, and we could theoretically smash a carpet and just take a take a look inside, seeing as there doesn't seem to be really anything of value within any of these crypts, I don't think. The rug is very worn, like it was dragged a lot. I do... Ooh. Definitely leads to the underside, so... It's a good thing I finally gave this a look. So... Leads right back out to the canyon, so next time we get stuck, I'm gonna have to remember this for a way back up. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have at least one more mission in this area, so I'm gonna hold off on that mystery until next time. Let's actually also give this one last look for valuables. Gigantic carrot. What a specimen. So, looks like we've got everything lined up. Now all we need to do is use our revolver. Make sure we hit all 10 targets. Without further ado, let's hit it. There's a bit of a cooldown on the rifle, unfortunately. One shot. Alright, all targets cleared. Alright, so looks like we did that really nicely. And we did it all under that time there, so we were able to do this all whilst keeping onto one side of the ravine, which is not too bad if I do say so myself. But anyways, let's continue. Oh, looks like we just did our business in that outhouse. Ugh. Music helps to pass time. Certainly does. And looks like we got that part of the wall finished. We're still working on this part of the shelter. Our shooting range is down there. We've got our carrot here. It's almost a shame to cook it, honestly. Yeah, it is indeed. But we know it's all going to rot out eventually, so... what's gonna have to be done is done, and we've even taken a gunpowder alarm as well as some TNT there, so probably to make sure our horses don't get stolen or something like that. And look at that, if we go down through the mines, it looked like we finally cleared out some significant space right here, and we're setting up camp in this area. But here, on the other hand, it's like we're gonna... Oh. What is it down there? Oh. Looks like we're clearing out more than what we found. Made of unusual materials, not rusted at all. Isn't that the same material that we found at the miner's office in that first map? I think it is. Red metal. So that's what the material is. Red metal. And there's the poor soul that was stuck in this mine. Oh! And a golden pot. Old oil lamp? What's it doing there? Kind of like Aladdin with that oil lamp. And I think that's all the secrets of the cave, given how well hidden that one was behind the rocks. So, as for over here... Yep, that's the first layer, but the second layer we've still yet to go through. Looks like we finally cleared it out. Yep, I was right. It was indeed an Indian camp. And it looks like we've got over here. We've got a bow and teepees. No Indians, honestly. Did they abandon this camp or something? We've even got a hand drum, it looks like, which is really neat. Handcrafted hand drum. And a little passageway there that's unfortunately blocked off by a border. But unfortunately, we're going to have to call an end to our time here in a little bit, as we've still got one new message we've left to read, and I think we're nearing the end of this campaign. I really think we are.
Now we have all the parts for the time machine to travel back, but first we need a way to warm up the time circuit, and after that, perform a proper kickstart to get the time engine running. But here's the good part. Kirthi has a large delivery of new alarms arriving by train very soon. Why is this such good news, you ask? Because it carries enough gunpowder to send you back to the present and then some. However, before all that, we need something to warm up the time circuit. We'll try and get enough power by strapping a horse to a mill, but we have neither a horse nor a mill. But Compass Town has enough heavy machinery and horse to sort that out. And after our saloon remodeling, the town is almost empty, so no one will get in the way. We will build our own mill with horses and gears.
So we're going to need to build our own mill to warm up the time circuit, as well as do that train delivery of the gunpowder thing so that we can go back to the present. And yeah, so it looks like we're going to be making one last stop in Compass Town, but that is unfortunately where we're going to have to leave off this episode. And yeah, thank you a lot for tuning in, as we are very much indeed nearing the end of this playthrough. And if you liked what you're seeing, then please leave a like and consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on the finale that we're going to be coming up here real soon. So with that, thank you for watching. This has been Nether End Defender here, and I will see you in the next one. So long for now.